These are the 26 most underrated Fortnite combos in Season 4. These are the best skins that no one is using, so make sure you guys watch this entire video and let me know what combo is your favorite down below. Also, make sure to go and check out my brand new channel, More Kyro, as well. We're going to be uploading a bunch of storyline content and updates over there. But let's just get straight into it, guys. And first up, guys, we're going with Shuri, and we're pairing this with the Force Lance. Now, this might be underrated, but the season has only been out for about a month. This is also the Tier 100 skin, so I feel like as the season progresses, a lot more people will end up unlocking them, but it is just going to take some time. The Force Lance is a really cool pickaxe. This is actually from the Star Wars franchise and was added with the IG-11 skin. I just feel like that is incredible, but this is definitely one of the best combos in the game that not that many people have been using. There is also a super edit style for this skin now in the game, which is even more of a grind to unlock, so if you guys don't already have this, then make sure you get them before the season finishes. We need to move on, guys, and next up we have Hannah, and we are pairing this with Leon's combat knife. This is one of the best combos we are ever going to see. Hannah does set you back 1,500 V-Bucks, so it is quite expensive, but I just feel like this has been so good for such a long time that we just had to include it in this video. You can change this skin around a lot. There are like 8 different styles for this, so I feel like it is quite worth it. You can also take the helmet on or off, which does make it even better, but I feel like Leon's combat knife is the perfect pickaxe for this as well, just because it fits in with it so perfectly. Let's move on, guys, to another skin that is really good this season, and this has to be Tony Stark, and we're pairing this with LeBeau's bow. This is an entire Marvel combo, but definitely one of the coolest ones we have in the game. Tony Stark was part of the last Marvel season back during Chapter 2, Season 4. This obviously isn't from this season's Battle Pass, but I just feel like because this was the previous best Battle Pass skin we had seen in Fortnite, so many people were loving it, a lot of people were using this a bunch, and they could start using it again. LeBeau's bow is going to fit in with this as well. There are so many different styles for this skin, so you do want to pair it with a simplistic pickaxe, and LeBeau's bow is the perfect one. Let's move on though to a collab combo that might just be a little bit more popular this season, and that is Padme, and we're pairing this with the Vault Guardian. Padme is from the Star Wars franchise. It probably has been one of the best Star Wars skins we've seen in a long time, and even though this is underrated, we are starting to see some other pros and streamers using it. I feel like this is probably one of the best Star Wars skins we are ever going to see. I just feel like Fortnite missed out on an opportunity here by only adding edit styles for the default Padme skin. They could have added in some other clothed variants that would have made it a lot better, but that just hasn't happened yet. We need to move on though to the Vault Guardian. This is definitely one of the best pickaxes for this skin as well, but it probably doesn't fit in with it perfectly like our next combo, which is going to be Silas Hesk, and we are pairing this with Jack Sparrow's sword. Silas Hesk was part of an older Fortnite crew skin. This was actually from the January Fortnite crew skin, so it is the first one that we had this year. This is definitely one of the oldest ones in the game. We actually have all of the edit styles for this unlocked now, which is really cool, but it does mean if you guys didn't buy this back when it first got added, you will never be able to get it again. Jack Sparrow's sword is such a clean pickaxe for this. I just feel like it is really simplistic, and again, with these skins, it can be quite detailed with a bunch of different styles. You do want to use some of the more simplistic pickaxes that we have in the game, just so you can use all of the edit styles that you want without really affecting how the overall combo looks. Let's move on, guys, and next up we need to talk about Modena Icon, and we're pairing this with the TVA Time Stick. This is probably the most underrated combo in this video. I don't remember the last time I saw anyone using Modena Icon, but I just feel like we have so many good combos in the game right now that this deserves to be a lot more popular. Modena Icon was actually added back when we had the Ferrari collab in Fortnite. I feel like this was really unexpected. Almost looking back as well, I feel like Fortnite could have really changed this around to make it a lot better, but they sort of missed out on an opportunity here. The TVA Time Stick was incredible. This is definitely one of the best pickaxes for this skin. I feel like the color themes work in really well, and this is just one of the coolest pickaxes that no one else is using. I feel like a lot of these collab items are always the more underrated ones, so we may as well move on to Jack Sparrow, and we're pairing this with Jack's Cutlass and Bane. I feel like this is just such a clean skin. Obviously, Jack Sparrow probably won't be as popular or as tryhard as some of the other ones that we have in the game, but I do really like this a lot. I feel like this has a lot of potential in the future to be one of the best skins that we ever see, especially from a mini pass, and it does seem like these could also be added back to the game in the future. Obviously, we don't really know too much about this just yet. Fortnite might actually change this and not ever add these skins back to the game, but I feel like this was still such a clean skin that we just had to include it in this video. You could also get this pickaxe at the exact same time because it was part of the same series, which honestly just makes it even better. Another really good male skin that we just have to include though is going to be Dagobah Luke, and we are pairing this with Yoda's Cane. This is the second Star Wars combo for this video. Dagobah Luke has started to become a little bit more popular as well, with some pros like Mongrel and Mr. Savage starting to use it. I feel like whenever those two start using combos, they are actually going to become quite popular and tryhard almost instantly. This is one of my favorite combos that we have actually seen. There is so much potential for this as well, and I feel like they could easily make this one of the best skins that we have in the game, but not that many people are using Star Wars skins anymore, which is definitely letting this down. Yoda's Cane though has to be one of the coolest pickaxes we are ever going to see, and I cannot wait to see if this does become more popular in the future. Let's move on guys, and next up we are going with Reverie and pairing this with the Star Wand. Reverie was added to the game back during Chapter 5 Season 1. This was actually the starter pack skin during that season, and you could pick it up for $5. Reverie was really insane. I feel like they could have definitely added in some more edit styles for this though. The only downside is that the edit style is pretty much identical to the original style, but the Star Wand is a really clean pickaxe for this. It is going to fit in with it so perfectly, and honestly I feel like the color styles for this just match up so well. Almost better than any other combo we are talking about in this video, but we need to move on to Meowtooth, and we are pairing this with the Nanomantium Claws. This is probably one of the more unique combos we're going to be talking about. Meowtooth is definitely a big meme skin, but I just feel like this has been so underrated as well that we just had to include it. I mean, the design for this is so unique. It honestly is one of the coolest mashup skins we have seen for a really long time. This is a mashup of Meowscles and Sabretooth from the Marvel franchise, and since it is sort of a Marvel skin, we had to include this with the Nanomantium Claws. These have been really underrated as well, but our next combo has actually been quite tryhard if you prefer that, and this is going to be Renzo the Champion, and we're pairing this with the Studded Axe. Renzo the Champion was only added to the game a few weeks ago. This was obviously back when we had the FNCS Globals taking place. They decided to add Champion Kuno and Renzo the Champion to the game. I feel like Champion Kuno has been really popular with a lot of people using this, but Renzo the Champion has definitely been the more underrated one, and no one has really been using this in any game mode of Fortnite. You could always swap out the Studded Axe for something like the Axe of Champions as well if you did want to make it even better, but I just feel like this has been one of the best combos we are ever going to see in Fortnite, and definitely one of the best FNCS remakes of skins that we have in the game as well. That takes us forward, guys, to the number 15 position, and we have Elizabeth Swan, and we're pairing this with Jack Sparrow's sword. Elizabeth Swan is the best skin that we got in the Pirates of the Caribbean collab. Again, this was part of the mini battle pass, but again, you could actually get this in the item shop, so you didn't really have to grind out the pass like you did with Jack Sparrow. I prefer Elizabeth Swan over Jack Sparrow. I feel like it has a lot more potential to be tryhard in the future as well, even if we haven't seen it just yet. It could always gain a lot more popularity in the future when it does return to the store. Jack Sparrow's sword, again, is probably just the best pickaxe that we saw from this bundle as well, so a lot of people could be using this as we move throughout Chapter 5 and eventually into Chapter 6. Some of these collab skins have definitely become a lot more popular this chapter. I feel like that is definitely helping increase the popularity of these to a point that we haven't really seen in the last few seasons, and one of those skins that is also increasing in popularity has to be Inferno Skeleton Bolvin, and we're pairing this with the Hot Dogger. This is definitely one of those collab skins that probably wouldn't have stayed that popular or tryhard in the past, but in Chapter 5 a lot of people are starting to use it once again, and it is actually becoming one of the best skins from the Icon series. We already had a J Bolvin skin in Fortnite. I actually really like the original J Bolvin skin. I feel like the rainbow effect was just so cool, but now that we are in Chapter 5 Season 4, we do have this now in the game as well, and I do like this a lot. We have also seen pros like Clicks using this a bunch. He has been using this skin so much that I feel like he's helping this become popular almost instantly, but the Hot Dogger as well is going to fit in with the theme of this and just make it one of the best combos that we are talking about in this video. That takes us forward, guys, to the number 13 position, and we have ISO, and we're pairing this with the Spectral Axe. ISO is definitely one of the most brightly colored skins I think we are ever going to see in Fortnite. A lot of people have been using this over the last few seasons, but it has started to drop off a lot in Season 4, and that is why I'm including it in this video. I feel like some of these brighter and more colorful skins never really get the popularity that they deserve. They could easily be some of the best skins that we ever see, but for whatever reason, people do just prefer to use the more simplistic skins. Still though, if you guys are looking for an underrated combo, this is one of my favorites. I feel like they could really make this skin a lot better in the future, as well with some other edit styles that maybe we haven't seen just yet, so only time will tell if this is actually going to become one of the best skins we have have in the game. That takes us further, guys, to the number 12 position, and we have IG-11, and we are pairing this with the Vibranium Spear. I really am a big fan of this combo. I feel like IG-11 is one of the coolest skins from the Star Wars franchise, and I know we've already talked about 2 Star Wars combos in this video, but this is definitely the last one that we're going to be talking about, and probably the best one as well. The only downside to IG-11 is that because it is so unique, it might actually be hard to find a pickaxe that fits in with this perfectly, but I do feel like the Vibranium Spear does a pretty good job, but there are probably some better ones that you can match with this, so let me know what they are in the comments down below. We don't really see too many other male skins being that tryhard, but this has so much potential. But that takes us forward, guys, and we need to move on to Domino, and we are pairing this with the Determination Daggers. I'm a big fan of Domino. I know it is going to be really popular this season because we are in a Marvel season, but I feel like the advantage of this is that it is a Marvel skin without really being known as a Marvel skin. It hasn't really been that popular, not too many people are using it either, and I feel like that is definitely helping this to be one of the best skins in the game at the moment. Obviously, because it hasn't really featured in any movies or TV shows, that is really letting it down, but there are just so many other Marvel skins in the game that have been really popular. I feel like there is so much potential for this in the future. Another really underrated collab skin that we just have to include in this video is going to be Unchained Ramirez, and we are pairing this with the Studded Axe. I guess this is pretty similar to the Medina Icon skin that we talked about earlier in this video. I feel like what is similar about this is that these were both part of those more unique collabs that we probably don't see too often in Fortnite. Medina Icon was part of the Ferrari collab, and Unchained Ramirez is part of a Balenciaga collab in Fortnite. This has been really cool though. I do like this a lot. I just feel like this has been one of the best skins we are ever going to see from a collab that hasn't really been too popular. So if you guys are a big fan of this, then definitely make sure to buy it the next time it's in the store. It also has the golden effect as well, where the more eliminations you get, the more golden this skin becomes, which I think is so insane and definitely one of the coolest features as well. It can make it a little bit tricky to find a pickaxe for this, but I feel like the Studded Axe does a really good job and is definitely one of the best pickaxes that you can use with this skin. Let's move on, guys, to the number 9 position, and we have Cammy, and we are pairing this with the Assaultron Blade. Cammy again is one of those collab skins from a game or a series that no one really expected. I mean, this was part of the Street Fighter collab. We had this back during Chapter 2. I feel like it was so underrated when it first got added, but now that we are in Chapter 5, I feel like it is still so underrated, and a lot of people are going to be using this in the future. I feel like this was a really clean skin. A lot of people probably forget about how good the Street Fighter skins are in Fortnite. Not that many people have been using them in the past, but I'm a big fan of these. I feel like they deserve to be a lot more popular in Fortnite. So hopefully as we do move throughout Chapter 5 and into Chapter 6, a lot more people can start buying them and using them this chapter. Let's move on though to one of the more popular combos that we have seen in the game, and these are the superhero skins, and we are pairing this with the Axe of Champions 2.0. These have definitely been some of the most popular skins we are ever going to see in Fortnite. Obviously a lot of people have been using them, but I feel like what the difference is with the superhero skins to make them underrated is by using some of the random color styles that we have with this. What has been really cool about this skin is that so many people have been using the same edit styles. Now this definitely isn't a bad thing. I feel like it is one of the most popular skins we have ever seen in Fortnite for that exact reason, but it could definitely be a lot better, and hopefully that does happen with people starting to use some of the more random edit styles. Now that we do also have the Axe of Champions 2.0 in the game, this is just going to match in with it so perfectly to make this arguably the most tryhard combo we are ever going to see. If you guys are looking for a combo that is arguably more tryhard than this, then I feel like Zadie and Catwoman's Grappling Claw might be the best one for you. Zadie is one of the most tryhard skins we have ever seen in Fortnite. I mean, I cannot believe how good this actually is. It is going to be one of the best skins of all time, but it has never really been that popular because this is just one of the most tryhard skins in the history of the game that no real casual players have been using. I still really like this a lot though. It is one of the best skins of all time, and you do actually get 3 different edit styles for this, which just makes it even better. You also want to use a pickaxe that has probably been known as a very tryhard pickaxe as well, and even though this is quite underrated with Catwoman's Grappling Claw not really being that popular, I feel like it has been quite tryhard in the past, and is definitely one of the coolest ones we have for this skin. We need to move on though, guys, to Lara Croft, and we are pairing this with the Gold Crow. This is one of the cleanest looking skins in the game. Lara Croft has just been one of the best Battle Pass skins of all time, and that probably won't be changing anytime in the future. What is so insane about Lara Croft Croft though is that so many people ended up using the same edit styles. We almost had everyone using the default style of this skin, so if you guys do actually want to change this around and use one of the best items for this, then I feel like the fully golden edit style is the way to go. I mean, this has to be the best one in the game. It has been so underrated as well, again with so many people just using the default style for this skin. So if you guys are lucky enough to own Lara Croft and have been using the default style a bunch, then I feel like you need to try out the fully golden edit style. Again, the gold crow will fit in with this so perfectly, but that takes us forward to one of my personal favorite combos, and this is Weapon X, and we are pairing it with the Harley Hitter. Weapon X is one of the best Marvel skins we have ever seen, and it wasn't really known as a big Marvel skin when it first got added either. I mean, this is pretty similar to Domino. It hasn't really featured in any of the movies. Obviously, it is based off Wolverine, which is probably one of the most iconic Marvel and X-Men characters of all time, but Weapon X really hasn't featured in any movies for too long, so I feel like that is why it is the perfect skin for you guys to start using today. The Harley Hitter will fit in with this quite well. There are definitely going to be some other pickaxes that could fit in with this a little bit better, especially given the theme of this combo, but I just feel like not that many people enjoy using the bigger and bulkier skins in the game, so if that is you, then you definitely need to try this combo. Let's move forward, guys, and next up we have Catwoman, and we're pairing this with the Vision pickaxe. Now, even though this is one of the most underrated skins in the history of the game, this is also one of the hardest skins to get because it is really only featured in the store twice, and we haven't seen it for a really long time. I do love this a lot though. I feel like it has just been one of the best skins we are ever going to see. The comic book Catwoman edit style is by far the best one. It has been so popular in the past, it is so tryhard as well, and I cannot wait for this to be added back to the game. The Vision pickaxe probably fits in with the color theme of this perfectly. It might not be the best pickaxe for this though, which is the only downside to it, but again, there probably aren't really too many other pickaxes that will fit in with this better. If you are looking for a combo that has been also very underrated and sort of does look similar, then we need to move on to Chani, and we are pairing this with the Axe of Champions 2.0. This is going to be one of the most tryhard combos that we do see. Chani is one of the most underrated ones as well, just because it hasn't really been added to the store that often. And the Axe of Champions 2.0, obviously being one of the most tryhard pickaxes of all time, is just going to make this combo even better. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below though. I feel like a lot more people would be using Chani if we did get some other edit styles for this. It is probably the only downside to this skin, but I still really do like this a lot, and I feel like it has been one of the best collab skins we have seen in the history of Fortnite. Let's move forward, guys, to the number 2 position, and we have the Adidas skins, and we are pairing these with the Icebreaker pickaxe. The Adidas skins are some of the more underrated ones we have in the game at the moment. I really love these a lot. I just feel like they have been so good, but hardly anyone is using them because of how underrated they actually are. This is so sick though. I'm a big fan of the customization that these skins offer as well. I feel like they could have made them a lot more popular and a lot better if they do feature them in the item shop more often. And the other cool thing about these skins is they can always add more edit styles for them in the future. Obviously, with the Icebreaker, you want to be able to use this with as many different skins and styles as possible, and that is why this is going to be the perfect pickaxe for this combo. You can customize the Adidas skins in just so many different ways, so the pickaxe has to be really versatile, and that is definitely the best part about the Icebreaker. But let's move on, guys, to what I think is the most underrated combo in the game at the moment, and this is Doom, and we're pairing this with Wix Katana. Now, obviously, Doom is the secret battle pass skin this season. I just feel like it has been so underrated to the point where hardly anyone is using it that we just had to mention it in this video. There are 2 different styles for this skin now in the game. There could always be more in the future as well, so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, but I feel like this could be one of the best combos moving forward. Wix Katana is one of the truly best pickaxes for this as well. It fits in with the Doom theme. It is pretty similar to the Doom blade, but just not as big and bulky, so we're just going to have to wait and see how popular this combo does become as we move towards chapter 6. But there you guys go, that is my video talking about the 26 combos that no one uses. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.